Well, hello everyone. It is day 21 of the archaeological dig at Bremenium Roman Fort, and things are going at a super pace now as the dig comes to an end at the end of this week. And so we've made some excellent progress. Let's go round and take a quick look at the trenches. All right, so this is trench 4, and John and Chris have been doing a lot of work in here, deepening the ditch. And it looks like we're pretty much down to natural, the bottom of that now. There's various lenses of slump and dump in there, but there is a main ditch fill, and there's a good chance now we've come onto a kind of degraded, water affected natural at the bottom. It's got a very blue grey hue to it, and the ditch is coming through, but it's rather complicated because it looks like it's petering out. However, I don't really trust all of that yellow clay, which may be over the top, so we'll chase it down at that and then have a look later on after it's recorded, maybe chop through some of that clay and see if there's anything else underneath. But it's looking very good, and where John is stood, there may even be remnant of another drain running at right angles. There's a really nice cross section across this drain now, so that's all looking very good. So we'll just move round to the back behind the platform up here where some of the students are working, and this is looking excellent now. We've taken the top off. There's a drain running up there, right, with those almost V-shaped uprights, and that's from a much later drain, we assume, probably post-med, and it's cutting through this wall. It looks like a fairly broad wall. Yeah, so there's a good edge on this side. The edge on the other side's a bit more irregular, but it looks all right, I think. So we're chasing that back, and there's a ditch on the other side of it. May is trying to bottom here. It's not easy, but that's we should probably sample that material as well, May. Okay. Yeah, but that's looking very good. So let's move on and have a look down at trench 4. So looking in trench 4 now, it's looking very impressive. Helen and Wei Hao have been digging away in that organic material all day and finding lots of good environmental evidence, which we'll have to have analysed post-X. Alan's at, oh right, so Alan's been exposing more of the wall. We've knocked out that bulk. Fantastic. And then the building return is looking very impressive there now. Wow, look at that. Oh gosh, there we are. And that's meeting some big rocks there. All right, Barry, what's going on?
Well, you can see conscious wall of the building there after a lot of work, because it's obviously very waterlogged, very clarty and what have you. But above it, we've got something here that at first we thought it's just all backfill material.
Yeah.
But it seems extremely well laid. Not brilliant if it's a wall, it's not a very well built wall, but it doesn't look sort of natural. So the jury's out at the moment. Further investigation required.
That's great. Thanks, Barry. Keep going. And where Rupert's digging over there, that's looking really good as well. There's appeared to be a raft running underneath the wall, and we think that is built, that's put in as a hard standing in advance of the construction of the wall, and it runs parallel on both sides. There's a nice edge to it there. So we're hoping by digging a slot through that, we might find some dating evidence, because it's very difficult to try and understand the sequencing, the phasing of the different builds. We've got this building is increasingly now, from finds evidence, looking to be 1st century, and it has its wonderful raised floor over there, which is running east-west, But then there's a little extension onto the building over here. Oh, that's looking great. And there are floor um, beams still surviving, which you may be able to see at the base of there. The timbers are actually still preserved very well because of the anaerobic conditions, but they're running on a different axis. They're perpendicular to, let's call that another room there where Michael's digging the hat. So the beams in that building are running east-west, but in this room of the building, extending off this way, they are running north-south. I think there are two beams in here. We've got to do a bit more cleaning up, but that's looking really good, making sense of that now. And the two drains, there's two very interesting drains here where Nigel has been digging through. One drain external to this extension wall running east-west, running down there. The capstones have been taken off now, and interesting things have been revealed within the fill of that drain. And then another drain, probably a later drain, more angled, coming in. I suppose it's running to the northeast, and that seems to be punching through the east-west drain and utilizing its channel, which runs through the wall of the building. So that's looking monumental. Let's just move around. I'll show you from this side how good the beam slots look in building one within this room. So in this instance, they seem to be cut through the clay. The beams have gone, so they may have been removed in the past. We might have expected some of them to survive, like they have further over. So we're guessing they've probably been removed. Then it looks like there's a lot of organic material piled up against the other side of that wall. So it looks like the building has gone out of use and been left for some time before all of these metal surfaces, several successive layers of cobbling, been built over the top of everything. And indeed the last one, so there's the one directly above the wall, and then the one that I'm standing on now, but there's remnants of an even higher one, which is just visible now at the end because we took quite a lot of it off. This kind of material, and that went up and over the annex wall. So that postdates the kind of demolition of the upper levels of the annex wall. But the other surfaces seem to go up to and abut the annex wall. So they probably, well, they might go with it, but it's funny, we need to work it out exactly because they would be external to it. So I mean, there are more surfaces internal to it as well. So we're not quite sure what's going on yet, but we'll work it out. It's all looking good. So we're just looking at the various levels and walls within building one, and that's the rooms, call it the main room where Michael is digging there, where the beam slots are, the east-west beam slots. But this wall we assume to be a partition wall. However, now Luke has dug out enough of that material, it looks like there's a big offset at the base of that wall. And I can't see them building a partition wall with an offset like that. So maybe at one point that was the original end of the building, and then they've just extended on it later on. And there is a remnant of a straight joint further along, so it makes you wonder if that may have been a doorway into the building in the corner. Possibility, but you can see some of the surviving timber from the one of the floors in there. Brilliant. Right, so we're back at I suppose, at the east end of Trench 4, and Helen's been digging away in this organic material. And what have you found here, Helen?
Um, Looks like the remnants of a shoe. Not much of the shoe left, but there's some you can see Oh, you can feel the nails in
Oh
it.
my
And there's some
goodness. So the
shreds
little
of-
hobnails, where are they?
There's one
Oh
there.
yeah.
I could feel
Oh,
a
that's
couple, yeah.
amazing. So just little bits, but it's important because we've got the remnants of the nails in. The other sandals didn't have the nails in place, did they? Which are probably lying at the bottom of that puddle there. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, thanks. Excellent. Okay, so we're still back within Trench 2, the main trench. And if we look down here where the wall is, where Leon is digging, doing a very good job, through all of this organic material pressed against the side of the rampart wall, there is a bag here with um, some interesting timber in, apparently. Let's just have a look at this. Let's see if I can get it out the bag temporarily. Oh, wow.
I found that.
Did you really? Ah, you found
there.
it. Where?
There.
Oh, that's absolutely wonderful. Let me see.
I didn't accidentally
Oh,
cut a
look at
little
that.
bit. I cut a little bit of it.
Let's see all of the marks on the. It's a squared post. Now that will potentially be able to provide some dating evidence. That's wonderful. Wow. Well, let's put it back in this bag and put lots of water in it. That's great. So we're in the north extension here of the annex wall, and Barbara's been digging away, and she's found another wall. Wow, there's voids, there's all kinds. Now that wall is slightly askew to the annex wall, but it does seem to be running underneath. But it has been truncated by the construction of the annex wall. Now we'll see if it comes through where Toby's digging there. We'll see if it does come through. So we should know tomorrow at some stage. But another building. What is going on? Fantastic. There's buildings everywhere, yeah. Excellent.